Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. It's your host Ben, and today we are just going to be recapping the Phillies winning the NL East and the Eagles getting a win yesterday. So let's get right into it. First, let's start with the Eagles. I'll get the negative and the positives out of the way. First off, this team actually won. Thank God they won. Excuse me. I didn't know how to feel going into that game. It was just very, very all over the place. Going in, I was like, okay, New Orleans is very good offensively. We have looked disgustingly bad defensively. How does this team handle this challenge? And I thought they did a terrible job to start. You thought I was going to say they were going to do a good job. No. That start to the game on Sunday, that first half, that entire first half on the offense, I'll specify that, was fucking terrible. Terrible. Nick Sirianni, buddy, you are so fucking lucky that this team won. Because holy shit, bro. I don't know if you would have made it another week in Philly, bro. The fourth down, I already didn't love when you called it. I understood the call, but again, didn't love it because we saw what happened last week. I broke this down in my video last week. Take the fucking points. But then you fucking double down on that shit. You double down on that shit. Bro, you guys, the Eagles minimum should have been up 6-3 at half. But he wanted to do that stupid-ass fucking play calling. 4th and 1, Let's pretend to let's pretend to do a QB push, but then hand the ball off to Saquon. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that shit. Jalen Hurts, bro. Bro, fuck, you're so hard to evaluate as a player. I feel like you play 90% of the game very well. And then there's that 10% that's just glaringly bad. The interception was bad. You forced another ball. You thought Devontae was going to get a little bit more inside. Obviously, that didn't occur. The ball was picked off. And I heard something today that I think it was from the Eagle Eye podcast. Again, I'm a big fan of it, so shout out to them. And this is their take, not mine. But there has been a trend this year that he is getting picked off by veteran safeties. Tyrann Mathieu, I think it was. Jesse Bates last week. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the guy's name, but he left from the Giants. There's just been something up with that. I feel like people know what's going on with this guy when there's certain throws. And then the fumble, bro, just calm the fuck down, man. I understand AJ's not here and you're trying to make a play, but we don't need to force shit, man. This team's too fucking good for you to be doing shit like that. Oh, okay. But I still, at the end of the day, don't think he played a terrible game. He still made plays down the stretch, and that's why it's just so hard for me to evaluate Hurts right now. It's just very hard. My last negative is Nick Sirianni. Again, just because I heard something today, he confirmed it. He says he occasionally steps in and calls plays, specifically 4th down plays. Howie, bro. I thought this shit wasn't flying anymore. I thought you brought in Kellen Moore to specifically call plays. What is the point of this guy, man? It's just... Again, it's really hard for me to like Nick. I was even a Nick guy back in the day. But it's so hard for me to really fuck with him now because he just double downs on this stupid shit. It's just what are we doing, man? You know how good this football team is, but you make your fucking job harder. You make your seat warmer. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now on to the positives. I'll make this quick because we still need to talk about the Phillies. I don't want to be negative all day. Eagles defense, phenomenal. Run defense, you did a fantastic fucking job. Shut me the fuck up. You stopped Kamara. They tried to run it down your throat all day, and you didn't stop. And I really appreciate that. Jordan Davis with the sack. Jalen Carter making plays. BG getting pressure. I thought the D-line looked better. At times, I need to see a sack from an edge rusher. It's fucking insane it's been this long without one. But, another yawn. I need to see more. But still, I liked what I saw. I thought Bond played another really good game. I thought Nakobe played all right. I thought Quinion Mitchell did all right. Slay got banged up. That was the other thing. This isn't really necessarily negative on my end. Yo, fuck that guy that fucking tried to push Slay all the way out. Yeah, fuck him. He should be suspended. You don't do that shit. In my opinion, you're soft. Dude, you're like 320. Slay's like, I don't know how much he weighs. But he's not big as you, bro. He's definitely not as big as you. I thought that was soft on on that guy's end. I don't know his name, but fuck him. What else? Oh, yeah. And the motherfucker that hit Smitty knocked him, gave him the concussion, and then spit on him? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If the Saints come back to Philly, you know what fucking time it is. Yeah, you better watch out, bro. I'm not doing nothing. That's not me. But, man, Philly's going to remember, bro. And we will be on your ass for those 3 to 4 hours if that scenario occurs. But regardless, overall, I really liked that. I liked that the defense just stepped up. Reed Blankenship with a pick at the end of the game. I just really thought that they shut me up. They shut the national media up. They got a lot of people off their back. Gardner Johnson made plays. Even offensively, Saquon Barkley, you single-handedly carried a majority of that offense. That explosive play was phenomenal. Dallas Goedert, he finally did something. I'll eat crow. I've been saying to my friends, is it time we have a discussion that this guy I don't know if he's just not as good. But at the same time, I feel like this weekend showed you really can only be as good as the amount of targets you get. When AJ's healthy and Devontae's healthy, it's just not going to happen for him. And that's a sad reality because you see how extremely talented this guy is. 10 catches for 170 yards. He should have had a touchdown, but he couldn't get to the end zone. But I'm going to give him a pass because he's a tight end. But that was a fucking great game from him. I thought the backup offensive lineman stepped up, specifically losing Lane. It was just a gutsy-ass win. And now you go to Tampa. You're 2-1, potential to be 3-1. Yes, you may be 2-2. We will see. But we can't act like Tampa didn't look sus this week against the fucking Broncos. Overall, I'm very proud of this team. It was a gutsy-ass win. Nick Sirianni, you need to reevaluate what you're doing, bro. Just reevaluate. You're doing some good things, but you need to stop getting in your own way. Now let's get to the Phils. This is the positive part of the video. It took me way longer than I wanted to get to this part of the video. Phillies, man. I am so goddamn proud of this group. You get to the World Series in 22. You lose it. I was able to accept it because they just were not as good of a team, and I didn't expect them to go that far. Last year, I was very proud of this team, but they didn't win the division, but it didn't end up mattering because they beat the Braves. They beat the Braves, but that was about it. And they killed me last year, sports-wise. I mean, losing to Arizona, I don't think I'll ever get over that. Specifically, Game 6 and 7 being at home, I don't think I will ever get over that. But this year, you did what I asked you to do. Win in the regular season. I didn't want to keep playing this, we'll get hot in August, we'll get hot in end of July ball. No, they showed me all fucking year that they can play good ball. Did they have a bad stretch from, I would say, late June to maybe early August? Yeah, early August. Early to mid-August, really. Yeah, they did. And they scared the fuck out of me. They scared me with that. But at the same time, the way they've battled, I'm not saying it's all been perfect. I'm not saying that. Even last night's performance, I would have liked to see a little bit more fight out of the bats, specifically when Wheeler's giving you a gem against his old team at Citi Field. But still, I feel like, excuse me again. I feel like they have showed me that they do have the resilience to bounce back. The bullpen's become a little bit more situated. The hitting is again starting to happen. The pitching is kind of doing its thing. I'm still worried about Ranger, but overall, I'm just very proud of this team. There has been a slow, you can see it every year, the team is getting better every year. Now, obviously, going into this October, it's been the main goal the last two, but specifically this year, win the fucking World Series. I'm going to be pissed, sad, and I'm just going to be feeling both of those emotions if they don't win the World Series. Obviously, very high expectations, but at the same time, we know what this team is brought together to do. We're not here to go to the playoffs. We're past that at this point. You're here to win a World Series. And I just thought today was a really nice day to celebrate this team. I'm not going to get too high, just like they did. I was expecting it to be a little bit more emotion. They actually handled a little bit more business-like than I was expecting. But I just wanted to say thank you to the Phillies. It's been a great year. It's been an annoying year at times. But at the same time, they've given me a ton of great memories, specifically over these last couple years. And that was what I really wanted to reflect on, was just this entire run. If you can cap this run off with a World Series, I'm going to be, I don't even know how I'm going to feel. I just know I'll be feeling bliss, almost bliss. I remember growing up, I was very young when Utley and the rest of those guys were doing their thing and they won the World Series. Do I remember when they won it? Yeah, I was a kid. I still knew guys on the team. I still was a fan. But I wasn't watching these games realistically. I wasn't. I was just too young. Growing up, the Phillies were dog shit for me. They were shit. You didn't even consider thinking about the Phillies when I was younger, after their whole stage. Like after, I would say around like 2012, 2013. Like you weren't thinking about the Phillies. I mean, you were, but there just weren't many guys back at that point. Howard was cooked. Rollins was getting old. It was just not working. And obviously they went through that insane rebuild. It was really bad at points. But you had your gems, Mikel Franco, even Abdul Herrera before the whole, the incident. Oh my gosh, there's just so many I can't even think. Gene Segura, Didi Gregorius, Reese. How can I forget Reese? There have just been so many guys that have been through this journey, and I wish they were still here at times. But that just makes me appreciate this so much more because, again, I would go to games pre-22 where that ballpark was not sold out. It was not. It just wasn't. And I don't blame people. There was not a consistent product to go support that team. But they've given us that product, and that's why I've really just tried to enjoy this entire run of these last couple of years, because I didn't grow up with this. I didn't see the Phillies be good. And every single time, like I said, they go to the World Series in 22. Yes, they fizzled out last year before they should have, but still, you have Game 7 at home in the NLCS. You just win the NL East today. There are benchmarks for every year. And I'm just praying that this team gets it done this year. Because getting a World Series, I mean, yes, would I like to win multiple World Series? Of course. But realistically, you're not going to hear me be as disgruntled with the team, pissed off when they do shit that pisses me off. It's just, I just really want to get, oh my gosh, now I'm just getting flustered. I don't even know what to say. I just really want to see this team win and get it done, and I just felt like today was a great day to celebrate them, specifically with the Eagles winning yesterday as well. That's all I have for today. I kind of started rambling at the end there, but I think you get the point. I'm just so damn proud of the Phillies. Good shit for the Eagles. A nice 24 to 48 hours for people in the Philadelphia area. I'm just so excited to see what happens in Red October, and let's hope the Eagles beat the Bucks. I just cannot wait. It's going to be a jam-packed month of Philadelphia sports. And don't forget, the Sixers at the end of the month. And the Flyers are back as well. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to see. Just very excited about it. And that's all I have for today. I appreciate anyone that's watching through this video so far or to this point. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. If you have any comments, drop them down below. If you like sports content or my content, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm sorry this wasn't as structured of the videos as I usually do. I just do not have the time for it tonight. I don't even know if I'm going to make a thumbnail for this. Regardless, I love this team. I love both these teams. I love the city. And I just cannot wait to see what happens this month with our teams. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next one.